And good morning, everyone. This is Randy Young along with Dave Woolever from WCHC Facebook, and we are broadcasting live from the second annual Fayette Community Action Commission Day. I know it's long wordage, so we're just shortening it to Community Days. How about that, all right? And what we're having is, of course, we have different departments here at Fayette Community Action that serves the needs of the people of Fayette County. You can tell on our shirts here, helping people, changing lives. And it's in all different areas, from preschool to senior citizens to those that might have difficulties with the finances and things like that. So as you can see, we have different departments that can cover a lot of different things. In fact, that's one of the reasons we're going to have different department heads stopping by between now and about 1:30 this afternoon to kind of explain a little bit what different departments they have, why we're having this program today, to give information to you. We do have refreshments here. We do have things for the kids to do. So come on out. I know it's been sprinkling here and there, but it's not going to hurt you. I know you're all sweet and everything, but I don't think you're going to melt, all right? But again, come on out. It is a community days going on at the Fayette County Community Action Commission. I'll get it out eventually. I got so much on my mind here trying to make sure we got it all done. But the Fayette Community Action Commission, and again, we are located across from the fairgrounds on Route 22. We're right next to the old OK Tire building. You can see the tents out front, so you're not going to miss us whatsoever. But again, stop by, talk to the different department heads, and get some information, get some free food. Bring the kids with them, have a little fun as well. We'll start some interviews coming up just a few minutes right here on WCHC Facebook. All right, we're back here during Community Days at the Community Action Building, located on Route 22 across from the Fayette County Fairgrounds. Baby Bond, who's the executive director of the CAC, as we like to say, nothing secretive about that. But we've got, of course, our Community Days going on. This is the second year we've done this, Bambi. Last year we had a pretty good response for the first year. And I know that it's raining a little bit around the area right now, but we want to, again, encourage people to still come on out because it's probably going to be like this on and off all day. Bring an umbrella with you, but you can still get some great information and some free food.
And the free food is under shelter, so you won't get wet.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about the commission. How many different departments do we actually have here?
Here at the agency, we've got 5 large departments, and then we've got a couple of small ones, like the energy assistance programs like HEAP, and the senior programs are like one little department, and then of course Channel 3 is a department by itself. But our 5 big departments are the early childhood education, which is Head Start and Early Head Start, the transportation department, which is public transit and contract transportation. We have we call it supportive housing, which is homeless shelters, emergency rental assistance, rapid rehousing for people that are homeless but just need some assistance to get into housing, permanent supportive housing for people who are homeless and have a disability. We also have 2 senior housing projects, one in New Holland and one in Frankfurt for people over the age of 62, and it's subsidized. We also have 2 shelters. We have an emergency homeless shelter for women and families called the Brick House, and then one for victims of domestic violence called Peace House.
Now, once again, these different programs offer assistance to different people in different environment, background, and so forth. One of the things that, just talking to you a second, I didn't even know we had a place in Frankfurt. I've been here for 4 or 5 years.
It's just a very small permanent housing for, say, people over 62. It's subsidized through HUD. I think it's the one in Frankfurt is 15 units. The one in New Holland is 12. So they're not large.
Okay.
And so we also have a housing department that does home ownership, and that's where we do our self-help housing, weatherization, home repair for people that are seniors. We run the land bank through that, and I think that's all the departments.
That's pretty good, folks. She stood there, or sat there, and just did this off the top of her head. So that's why she's the executive director. She has to know all this stuff, and she can if somebody asks her. And you did a great job on that. It's great. Okay. One of the things that last year when we started talking about doing this kind of a day, what's kind of the background? What led to actually exciting to have like a community day for the community?
May is Community Action Month nationally, and a lot of the community action agencies have events. They do special promos. They have coloring contests for kids. So everybody does something a little bit different. Mm-hmm. And Angela had this idea to have Community Action Day as part of Community Action Month. And last year was our first one that we did, and last year was very hot and people got sunburned. And that's not going to happen this year. They're not going to get sunburned, but it was just a way to get people in the community to come out. Every department has got a table set up out there with lots of information. They've got giveaways. The self-help booth, they've got some nice baskets for a raffle, just so people can learn about the different programs that we have, who might be eligible, how they apply, things like that.
I know a lot of people probably have heard about Community Action for many, many years. You guys have been here for quite a while. But maybe, in all honesty, we've heard about it, but we don't know what they actually do. One of the reasons we're doing some of these interviews, but we're also asking you to come out, despite the little sprinkles, is to investigate for yourself what it is, because even if you're not in need of the services, you might have relatives or neighbors or friends that maybe some of the services that Community Action can offer might be a great assistance to them.
Well, and a lot of people know one program at Community Action, and they don't know everything else.
Right.
So this is kind of a way to see that we do have other things. I mean, the program people do try to, they let people know about other things, but until you actually need a service, you don't really care about learning about it, I don't think. Mm-hmm. So but we've had a lot of different things over the years. We were incorporated in 1967.
Wow.
Under the Economic Opportunity Act of 1965, for the War on Poverty was what they called the program. So when I started here in 1978, I was the first full-time Head Start director. And then I was the planner in 1980, and then became the executive director in 2009.
Okay.
So I've been here
quite a while.
44 years.
Wow. Well, we're already starting to plan for our big 60th anniversary in 2027. I'm not sure how many of us will still be here at that time, but I'm sure it'll get planted or something like that.
It's actually not that far away. Time goes really quickly. I mean, it's hard for me to believe that we've been in this building already for over 10 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. It's amazing. Well, we want to again encourage you to come on out. There's a lot of folks here that would love to talk to you, like to give you information. Again, even if it's maybe programs that you're not aware of, it won't hurt you to come out, just spend a few minutes, talk to folks, say, hey, what do you do? Get some information. And again, hopefully, I guess the thing we want to say is at Bambi, if the time or the need ever arises, they at least got the information. They know who they can come talk to.
That's the whole point.
All right. Community Days, hopefully, will last till 3 o'clock this afternoon. So we invite you to come on out. We'll have some more interviews with some of the different department heads. So stay with us right here on WCHC for Washington Courthouse Communications. Well, we're back here live on WCHC. We are doing some sets of interviews for you between now and about 1:30 this afternoon about our community days here at the Fayette Community Action right on 22, right across from the fairgrounds. Yes, we know it's raining just some on and off, but hey, we're still here. Folks, we got tents you can sneak under. It's just rain. You're not going to melt. I know you're all sweet and everything for tuning in, but again, free foods, refreshments are available, which the tables, as mentioned before with Bambi, is under the tents as well. So you can still come out for an hour or so, hopefully, and get some good information and get you a bite to eat, and then head on to your next assignment or whatever you got to do on a busy Saturday. Dreama Brown's with us right now. Dreama, kind of remind folks a little bit what area you work at here at during the community days and also at the Fayette Community Action.
Well, I've been here for about 10 years, and I was in the homeless programs in the rapid rehousing.
Right.
But I've since taken the position of the director of the Peace House program, which is domestic violence program that we have here at Community Action. So very new to that.
Okay.
Second week. So.
Oh my goodness, that is a recent change.
See?
My
Very
goodness.
recent, yeah.
Well, in your 2 weeks on the job here, I'm sure you have ability to tell us everything that goes on.
All of it. We do work closely with a similar project with the rapid rehousing that we have in-house. We also have transitional housing that's available through the Peace House. And the transitional housing, it's a little bit longer than our emergency shelter guidelines that they have for folks, and not as long as like the permanent supportive housing. It's transitional.
Right.
The purpose of that is to allow our DV victims to kind of catch their breath, get their bearings about them. Then we work with them to connect them with resources, and they determine how they want to move forward in their housing stability and how they start to heal and become survivors.
I know that working in both of those departments, you've seen a lot with domestic violence, unfortunately, here in Fayette County, and it's probably more larger a problem that people maybe even want to realize or hate to even say to even admit, but it does happen. What is the one or two of the main things, like I assume it's mostly women that come to the domestic violence under that area that you guys deal with? I'm sure there's some men as well. But what are one or two of the main things that they're having to face right off the bat that you really need to kind of jump in real quickly and try to get them stabilized a little bit in their situation?
You are right. It is generally women, but that's because there's a lot of stigma and shame attached to that, so men just won't acknowledge it.
Right.
But the first priority, excuse me, is their safety. We want to make sure that they're safe. So that's the first step, is connecting them in any way we can and providing any way we can to get them into safety. And then the next step is to create that safety plan with them and see items that they were able to take to them, take with them when they left, items that they are going to maybe need to re-get because they are going to need them for if they're going for employment, if they're going for their housing. So we're talking like IDs, birth certificates, socials. Sometimes if you're able to have that safety plan established ahead of time and kind of prepare, you can have those items with you. But it's very frequent that a lot of our victims just leave with what they have. If they're able to plan, that's wonderful, but it's not a norm. So
Yeah. When you know someone that's going through that situation and stuff, what steps should they take? You know, a lot of people don't want to get involved because they're afraid that, well, it's going to be dangerous on me, or we're going to put them in even more danger. But what are some of the steps that maybe if folks are watching today that say, I know somebody that unfortunately is in this situation, I want to help them, I need to know what to do?
absolutely. We have a crisis line. It's 740-505-0090. They can call or text 24 hours, 7 days a week. We always have somebody with the line. We also have an email, peacehoustaff@cacfayettecounty.org, which you can email or you can text to that email as well. I would suggest that they provide that information, and then that allows the victim to determine on their time how to remove themselves from the situation. I know a lot of folks, there's that stigma and perception like, well, if they leave, they're just going to go back. But as someone who's lived that, folks have got to realize we don't know their circumstances or their situation. Right. They know themselves better than anyone. So
right.
They know, the thing, when you know what is it? Keep your friends close, your enemies closer, so you kind of know
right.
the evil, the landmine you're walking through.
Right.
When you kind of know how to manage that and you're coming into an environment where you have no control over anything, even if it's not really control, but it feels like you're able to control something. So it takes victims a few times usually, but that's the biggest thing, is getting the information to them so that when they're ready, they can leave.
I know that a lot of folks say, well, those people, they're just doing it because it's a job and stuff like that. And the thing that I found here, just in a few short years that I've worked here with the Community Action, is a lot of the different ones that are working in these different departments have had some type of personal experience one way or another. So this is not a job for them. This is kind of a ministry or something like that to help people out.
Absolutely. I was homeless once, and it was as a direct result of domestic violence. And so I've lived it, I've been through it, and that allows me to see it through that lens and not, just be objective. And it's just one of those things, if you've experienced it, you can relate and understand it better.
Right.
And if you haven't, it's kind of a foreign concept. You can empathize, but you just still don't really get it. It's not a great club to be a part of,
Right.
but it's an awesome survivors club to be a part of, and it's great for victims to see that the potential to heal and move forward and get your independence and live the life that you want, truly want, is available. It's out there, and when you're ready, we're here.
It's your life. Take control of it. Don't let someone else run your life. It is yours. And you can start that if you are unfortunately in a situation of domestic violence and you are watching this today. We encourage you once again to get a hold of either Dreama or somebody here at Community Action so that we can offer assistance to you. Once again, let's repeat the phone numbers and the address in case folks would like to recontact you, please.
Absolutely. The crisis line is 740-505-0090. The email address is peacehousestaff@cacfayettcounty.org. It's all lowercase. You can email that, or you can text it as well. And if you even forget that, call in here to Community Action, email anyone at Community Action, and they can get you connected to those numbers or that email so that you can reach out to us as well.
All right. Again, as we mentioned before with Bambi, we don't necessarily want to have people have to use our services, but the thing is, if you are in need of your services, there are people here that can help you. And if you get a chance today, stop by here during the community days up to about 3 o'clock this afternoon. Talk to Dreama or any of the other different departments that are represented here so that you can find out how you can get the help that you need. Dreama, thanks a lot for joining us. We appreciate it. And again, we hope that people will contact you or the Peace House. That's PEACE House at Community at CAC. FayetteCounty.org. Okay, so keep that in mind. So, Dreama Brown's joined us here, and we'll take a break. We'll come back with some more interviews. Stay with us right here on WCHC, Washington Courthouse Communications. All right, we're back here live during the community days at the Fayette County Community Action Commission building on Route 22, just across from Fayette County Fairgrounds. The reason, again, we're kind of doing these interviews a little bit quicker this year is because we want to give folks plenty of time to come on out. Again, I know it's some rain, but they're hoping for a little window here in the next hour or so. So we encourage you to come on out. I even looked outside. There's some folks walking around with umbrellas, so they're smart, and they're taking advantage of looking at some of the different tables that are set up in the different departments here at Fayette Community Action and finding out info that maybe will be helpful to them. Steve is with us right now. Steve was with us last year. Steve, how long have you been here with the Community Action?
Just a little over 10 years now.
All right.
Since 2013, since February 2013.
Tell us a little bit about what department you oversee.
I oversee the housing department. We do various programs in there. Of course, my big one is the mutual self-help housing program, where we're helping income-eligible folks be able to build their own home. I oversee weatherization, the utility programs that do weatherization work, elderly repair programs. I do have a small veterans program where we can do repairs on veterans' homes.
Okay.
That's a small amount of money, but it helps because with a lot of these programs, I can leverage different funds into the same house. So,
Okay.
you know, if I go in and someone needs a roof, they need a new furnace, a new water heater, just basic repairs, then I can take all my programs and weatherization will be able to do the furnace. Veterans might be able to do the part of the roof. I can leverage other money to do the rest of the roof, just different things like that.
Well, that's why Steve's good at his job, because he can be able to help you if you're in need for self-help housing. Is that right? Yes. Now, people might all the masses. Well, it sounds a little familiar. It's been around for many, many years. I remember we helped some folks, I think at church one time, you know, some friends get out and help build their house a little bit and things like that. What's been the success rate of that here in Fayette County?
It's been very good. We're approaching 400 houses now.
Wow.
Built. And that's not just in Fayette County, although the majority are in Fayette County.
Okay.
Because that's where we started. We'd also do this in Clinton, Highland, Ross, and part of Greene County.
Oh, okay.
So we're able to, you know, to help a lot of folks do this. And the program has been around for 30 years now.
All right.
So it's, you know, I always tell people it's the best kept non-secret in the county. You know, people all the time coming up to me and say, well, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
I said, well, now you do. So come and see us and maybe we can help.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons that it was decided about a year or so ago to try to have something like this to get the information out to the people. And again, maybe you're watching today and that's not what you want, or you're not interested in that, or you got your own home and so forth like that. But maybe you know somebody, a friend, a coworker, a relative, whatever, that thought, man, I'll tell them about this program. That's why we're doing these type of programs today and these interviews, to let you know that there are programs available, because, again, we want to help people out as the need arises. Now, Steve, what would be the first steps that they would actually have to do if they want to become involved in this program?
Well, like I said, it's income-based, so, but the income is fairly high. It's 80% of the median area income for whatever county you're in, and some of those vary, depending on the income level there. But the first step is they need to come in, and we'll help them to be able to pull their credit reports. We can get them their credit reports from the three main reporting agencies. Once we have those, then we can sit down with them, go through the credit reports. We look for things like mistakes in the credit report. Maybe there was a debt in there that was paid that never came off, or we've even occasionally found someone else's credit reported onto someone else's.
Oh, my.
Similar name, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And it, you know, mistakenly gets credited to the wrong person. So we're able to help them to be able to take care of those situations, correct their credit report, and get that done. The next step would be, like I said, it's income-based. For example, Fayette County, for a family of one up to a family of four, the maximum income you could make family-wide would be $52,300, which is a fairly high income for the county here.
Yeah.
After that, it increases incrementally depending on how many dependents you have in the home.
Right.
So once we're sure they're qualified, they do have to have a credit score of around 640. They can't have a bankruptcy recent, anything like that.
Right.
They can have a bankruptcy as long as it's been discharged for a certain period of time.
Right.
just different things like that. Once we get them ready, we submit their application to the USDA, and then USDA determines their eligibility. They'll tell them, you know, you're eligible to borrow this much money. We'll loan you up to this much money. Once we know that, then we're able to work with them on picking out a floor plan, finding a lot to build on, just getting everything ready. Once we do that, they're ready to close. We close on the house, and we're ready to start building with them.
Do you have basically an average time span from the time they actually contact you to the house is built?
I would say it's roughly 6 to 8 months.
Really? That quick?
Yeah, part of it depends upon too. They do have to put in their own labor into the home, the sweat
Right.
equity into the home. So, the more time they're available to work and to help with the build, then the quicker it goes. And because we build in groups, normally we build in a group of 4, but we've over the years we've gone as far as a group of 10 or 12.
Okay.
So what we do is, say one Saturday everybody gets together and we go to John Q's house and everybody works on it. The next Saturday everybody goes to Susie M's house and they work on it and so on. That way we can keep the construction pretty even. Everybody can kind of move in at the same time and start their new life.
Now, if folks are out there watching today, or if they stop by here, or if they can't come out here today, we encourage you to do so. But if you can't, for some reason, Monday morning, if you know somebody or you want to maybe get more information, how to get a hold of you, Steve?
They can call us here at the office. The number is 740-335-1831. That rings directly back into our offices, so we're able to get your call right away. Or they can email us. The email is mine is screed@cacfayettcounty.org.
Okay.
Or they can just drop by,
All right, and ask for Steve. If he's here, we'll take care of you.
and I'll direct you to the right person.
Okay, good enough. Well, we appreciate Steve stopping by today and talking to us again. If you're interested in this program, we encourage you to stop by and visit them at their tent, or again, give Steve a call. Again, that phone number in case folks want to get a hold of you.
It's 740-335-1831.
All right.
And we have some nice gift baskets out here for folks that want to come out today and register, and maybe you can take home something nice today.
I'm going to say, I've been looking outside. There's some nice stuff out there, folks. You want to at least come out and, if nothing else, just register for the gifts. But while you're here, you can always grab free food. Stop by Steve's tent or other tents of the other different departments that are represented here at Community Action. We'll be back with some more interviews. Stay with us, or thanks to Steve for joining us here today on WCHC. We're Washington Courthouse Communications. All right, we're back here on WCHC. We told you we're going to keep these reports coming as quick as we possibly can because, well, why be on the air at 2:30 when we shut down at 3? It's not going to give you folks time to get, so we're trying to get as many interviews done by 1:30 at the latest, so that way you at least know what's available to come on out and talk with us. Olivia right now is with us. She, of course, is with the Fayette County Early Learning Center program.
Yep.
Yeah, I better know that one. Because they do a lot of sponsorships of a lot of our program here, so we want to make sure that we get that name right. Libby, I know that one of the things that we have talked about now over the last 2 years that you guys have kind of got a little bit more aggressive in the marketing and programming and things like that is, early preschool education. This is an area that I think more and more folks are realizing that the earlier we can start getting children educated, the much better off they're going to be.
Yeah, definitely. I think that the biggest part of Head Start is that parents are your child's first and most important teachers. So we like to start with pregnant moms and children from birth to 3 in our home-based program. And we also have a center-based program at Rockabye as well. But then we like to help build them into our preschool or Head Start for 3 to 5, and then help build them and get them ready for kindergarten and send them off into the real world.
I guess that's the other thing is that once the kids, unfortunately, get out of your care, you're trusting the other school systems to continue to build upon what you try to lay the good foundation for. So that is kind of a big challenge for your staff and so forth to really work hard to make sure that the kids, when they do leave you, they do have a good foundation for education.
Yes, and also we like to help prepare the families so that they can help be advocates for their children and help them through the process as well, and helping them connect them to resources, community, and all kinds of things so that they have a better foundation.
I know a lot of people, when I first came here, I just had the assumption, okay, it's a place the parents drop the kids off and go to work or whatever they do. But the thing is this program, now that I've had a chance to work with you guys over the last couple of years, I'm seeing more and more, the parent involvement is very, very key to be successful for your child.
Yes, we have parents who are coming in who are helping with their child in different aspects. We're also doing, just like the schools having parent-teacher conferences, we're having parent meetings so they have a chance to be a part of their child's education. And then we also like to do fun stuff too, like donuts with grown-ups and we have like a parent auction and all kinds of stuff like that as well, so that parents have a chance to meet other families and connect and have socialization as well.
This program is, how's it based as far as who's eligible to be part of it?
We are mostly an income-based program, so we serve mostly families who are below 100% of the poverty guidelines. We can accept a certain percentage that are over, but usually we look at income, but also if you receive food stamps, TANF or OWF or Social Security, then those are all automatic qualifiers as well.
All right, I guess it's one thing we want to emphasize again. The programs that Community Action has is a program that is geared toward income. And the reason for that is there's just a lot of people that, in all honesty, due to circumstances, sometimes beyond their control, they don't have the income that comes in, or there's certain stances that they don't be able to provide for their family like they will. You do have somebody here that can help you in different areas, and this is one of them. And I'll be honest with you, I think it's one of the most important, besides making sure they got a roof over their head and food in their stomach, is to educate their children.
I agree 100%. And I think a big part is families think, oh, if we're below 100% of the poverty level, like we don't have these resources, or we're afraid we're going to be over for this program. I don't think it ever hurts to try. So
Right.
we're always taking enrollment for anyone at any given point of the year. So make sure you come in and apply, and we'll help you through the process. And if we can't help you, we'll help connect you to somebody else as well.
Well, I know that working part-time down at the transportation office and stuff like that, so the kids are across the street from us, and they're outside, they're exercising, they're having a great time and stuff. But you get glimpses of the staff intertwining with the children and so forth. You've got a fantastic staff, a lot of people that really love these kids and are really investing back into them to hopefully set the foundation for them to be successful.
Yeah, I think our staff are great, and they build great connections with our families, and really these kids become a part of our family too. So we like to help work with them one-on-one. We do a lot smaller ratio for teacher to child ratio so that we get more of that one-on-one interaction. And we just like to see them grow and prosper and really be a part of their family. And it's sad to see them go when they're off to kindergarten, but we have to, I guess.
Yes. Well, once again now, if you're interested in this program, or again, maybe you know neighbors or someone that you come across with, coworkers, whatever, that you think, this might be a good thing for them and for their kids, what's the steps that they need to take to get a hold of you guys to see if they might be eligible to be part of it?
So you can either come to Community Action, reach out to us. Phone number is 740-335-7282, and we can help set you up with an appointment, or you can just walk in and do an application. We'll give you a list of all the items you'll need. We can come out to you if you don't have transportation to come in. You can also stop back at our Head Start building. We also have a site in Jeffersonville. There'll be staff there for another week or so. But throughout the summer, come to Community Action. You can get anything. We're also out at the community events, and you can get applications. You can complete any part of the application process at that time. Or just give us a call. Check us out on Facebook also, Fayette County Early Learning Center. And just reach out, and we'll reach out to you.
And don't forget, you'll see their signs on our transportation buses. You'll probably hear their ads during all our sports and other community events we do, because once again, they want to get the word out to you folks that we're here to help.
Oh, I have one more thing.
And you have one more thing, Olivia. Of course, you can have the microphone. Go right
I
ahead.
have one more thing. We are also going to have an enrollment day on June 1st
Okay.
back at our Head Start building. So you can come out and apply then. Also, we're taking applications at any point, but we want to do an enrollment day so that anyone can come in if they needed a designated day and time, reach out to us, and we can get you scheduled for that day too.
All right, so don't forget about that. That's June 1st. We'll have Olivia on one of our FYI programs here in the next week or two so that she can give them more explanation on that. So you might want to watch WCHC Facebook for that as well. All right, Olivia, thanks a lot. I got you out of work for a little bit.
Yep.
So hopefully it looks like the rain may be slacking off again. So folks, if you're at home watching this, come on out. We'll be here till 3 o'clock this afternoon. Plenty of folks has got plenty of free information. There's different tables have prize giveaways, and well, you just talk to some really nice people. They'd love to help you out. All right, and we'll be back with some more interviews. Stay with us right here on WCHC. We're Washington Courthouse Communications. Well, we're back here on WCHC. Randy Young with you on this, well, it's starting to be a half decent Saturday morning. Time this is airing. We're doing this live, so it's around 11:45. And again, we're have folks here till about 3 this afternoon, so don't let a little rain on and off scare you away, okay? There's plenty of folks here that's representing different departments. Tina and Jessica
Yep.
are here right now. And ladies, again, tell us which department you represent.
We are the R-Corp Pathways Prevention Program.
See, I had to do that. 'cause
Pathways to Recovery.
I want her to talk a little bit because she's like, yeah, I'm going to hold this mic. I ain't going to say anything. So I'm going to ask real simple questions, all right? Well, first of all, Tina, I know that you've been associated with the program now for several years. We had a chance to talk to you on and off, I think. My main question right off the bat is, tell us what exactly do you guys, or what services do you guys actually offer?
What we do, we're harm reduction, so we offer a variety of services. We offer like treatment resources, youth education, adult education, infectious disease screening education. We're a Project Dawn, so we have Narcan, fentanyl test strips, Hope bags. We have a port team that goes out every week. You want to touch on the port team?
Yep. So I am one of my roles. I'm the QRT coordinator. That's one of my roles here with the program. We go out once a week. We get referrals from the sheriff's department and the local PD. We get referrals from the hospitals, different treatment centers. Anybody can refer if they've known somebody that has overdosed or even a family member that has. They reach out to us. Or we get reports, like I said, from those various places, and we go out once a week and make contact with those individuals to try to get them the resources they need. Sometimes they want to go to treatment. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just want Narcan, the fentanyl test strips. We also run we have a support group. It's called Discovering Hope. That is every other week, and we do that at the Rose Avenue Dream Center. That is for anybody that's been affected by substance abuse. That's one of the things this community needed. We have a lot of AA, NA, Al-Anon meetings for the substance abuser, but not a lot for the family. So that support group offers support for the family members and education, because they come there and they're like, I worked with a lot of clients, family members that are like, my kid just was sober for 6 months and they relapsed. They don't understand why. And that's where like that support group is beneficial, because I get to educate them on the disease and why we keep going back out even though we've been clean, or what needs to change and things like that. So that's been really helpful.
In our youth education, we have a youth-led coalition, and they meet once a month. Here lately, it's been bi-monthly, but they have activities and stuff we do, like after hours, after school. Like we have a business management, like it's learn budgeting and scholarships and stuff like that coming up in June. They just got passes to Kings Island where they get to go do that. We have the bowling alley rented for the summer once a month. I think it's on a Wednesday once a month. And it's from 6 to 8 where they go over and have prevention bowling night. We do skating parties and just all kinds of stuff with you, just to have something to do, an activity, and put some prevention in it.
Well, let's be honest with you. That's one of the biggest complaints. And of course, I think any generation, it's youth. There's nothing to do in this community and
That's
stuff
right.
like that. And unfortunately, they go looking for some things to do.
Exactly.
And what we're trying to do is say, you can have good, clean fun. You don't need to be involved. But if you have, you've got some other people, your peers, that are here that can help support you so you can break the habit, right?
Yep,
Most
absolutely.
definitely. And we have a scholarship fund too that we've had for 4 or 5 years for students and stuff. It's volunteer hours that we go over. The more volunteer hours that they put in, because they do with hospice, they volunteer in the community, they volunteer at our Right Run. They just do a lot of things after hours. They volunteer at the library in town. And their hours are credit toward like a scholarship fund we have bank donations, business donated money and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, that goes to the youth. They get scholarship funds
That's
from us.
great.
Yeah.
That's really great. Now that you had a chance to work with the program for the last couple of years, good news, bad news, same news. Are we seeing increase, decrease?
We're actually seeing a decrease. We do a core
That's good.
measurement survey every 2 years in the schools, and this takes place at Miami Trace and Washington High School. And what it does, the survey is, it goes back 30 days past use on any students that they fill out the survey. Their parents have to consent to them doing the survey, and they do. And what it does, the data is sent to, the National DFC drug-free communities. And in the last 4 years, we've had a decrease in 26% of youth activity.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great.
And with the juvenile courts, the probation we have talked, with them, they've had a decrease in like their activity with, underage drug use, and
So
it-
folks, there you can see programs that are being offered to the community can work and will work, but we need you to help. That is, if you know of a problem, you know of a teen that maybe unfortunately has got into substance abuse and things like that, we have a staff here at Community Action that would love to talk with them, get them involved in some programs, and really show them that they don't have to be involved with drugs and things like that, that they can still live a good life.
Yep.
We do the Head Start program too. We do a group called Halo, and we do it 2 or 3 times a week. And it's like a prevention life skill that starts out for. It's not so much like so drug related, but it's just a life skill, just learning how to relate to others, share with others,
Yep.
talk to others. And they do that like 3 times a week. And we offer a lot of resources to the parents that way too, to get them involved, or grandparents. And we'll give out gift certificates and stuff for ones involved. And it's really nice because if you ask the community to donate to stuff like that, they really will
Yeah.
donate. Like
Right.
food, like a meal. We have like restaurants, they'll donate certificates and stuff for all kinds of things for the parents.
Well, let's be honest with you, it's a good investment for the business community, especially because these are young people and maybe eventually they want to come work
Yep.
for them and things like that. And if they know that they have put in some kind of financial aspect into your program and stuff like that, it could end up paying back to them
Yep,
and a
for
good
sure.
enough employee. Tina, I'm going to ask you, I know a little bit about your story and things like that, and we talked a little bit with Dreama earlier about, the domestic violence and stuff. We have a lot of folks in some of the different departments that unfortunately have had to go through some of the situations that they're now trying to reach out and help people.
Yes.
You don't have to tell us the whole story, but can you kind of give us a little background and a little bit of what you guys went through?
Sure. So, I was in drug active addiction for over 20 years, started at a very early age. I had surgery on my back when I was 13 years old and was prescribed Vicodin pain pills, and it just kind of progressed from there. It went from Vicodin to this, and so I've been clean and sober and in recovery for over 14 years, but it's still a struggle every day, and I have a daughter now, she's 7, so I really love like the education and stuff that's in the community and at the schools and stuff, just for her to have, because we didn't have anything like that.
Yeah.
We had like
Yep.
a DARE program,
Yep.
and
Right.
he wasn't cool if he was in a DARE program
Yeah.
or anything,
Yep.
so yeah.
How about you?
So I started drinking and partying and smoking marijuana when I was 15. It was started as a party and fun and social, turned into active use. A lot like Tina's, the prescription pain pills came into play. A lot of things, my addiction started at the doctor's office and progressed into street drugs. And I mean, I lived a very dark, dirty life. I was homeless, and did things I'm not proud of to get money. I was in a really dark place, just wanting to end it, And one of the things, part of my story of being saved, why another reason I'm so passionate about the Port team is I'm from Ross County, and their overdose response team came and seen me like weekly because of the overdoses I was having all the time. So that's where the seed was planted, and I was able to finally reach out and get help with those people. So that's where I know like how important to be there as like a first responder, not like EMT first responder, but first responder and dealing with like the opioid epidemic and drug epidemic, being there at ground zero. But yeah, I went to a really dark place. I was prostituting, I was stealing, I was robbing. Like this disease definitely, and I had a nice life. I had a good childhood. Mom, grandmother raised. I was raised in a pretty decent family, active in sports, everything. I was everything you thought that a kid wouldn't go down that road, but it does. This disease does not discriminate. It does not at one bit. Anybody can be victim to this. And I've been going on, next month will be my 4 years. I came up to Courthouse 4 years ago and went to an inpatient treatment center, PARS, Pickaway Area Recovery Service has a Fayette Women's here. Amazing program. Yep. Went there for 3 months, spent 7 months at their sober living here in town. And through there, started going to college. And that's how I ended up here as an intern in the beginning. As an intern student, and now here I am just moving along. I got with Tina and Joe, who's no longer here with us. They helped me with the peer support stuff and planting my roots here. So
I know we touched on like the prescriber thing. We also have a prescribers workshop for the providers in the community, and what it does is just offers resources to like patients seen at like the doctor's office, just resources about like prescription pain medication.
Yeah.
We participate in the drug take back.
Yep.
We got 55 pounds this time, which
Yep.
is good.
Wow.
Yep. And we offered kind of like drug deterra bags to dispose of drugs that people are not, maybe they have medicine they don't want anymore, and they can put it in a bag, put some water in it, don't flush down the toilet. You know, just safe. Trying to not get those drugs on the street is the goal.
Yeah.
Well, again, and I appreciate you ladies sharing your story. Hopefully, it is. If it's even affected just one person,
Yeah.
just listening to your story was well worth sharing. And again, this is a dynamic program that if you know of a young person, or even an adult, even,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
that's involved with substance abuse, please give us a call so that we can start taking steps to help you regain your life.
Yep.
It's your life. You don't have to go down that road that you're going down now.
Absolutely.
You can get some help and turn things around like these ladies have, that are in turn helping others
Yep.
that help them
what
get
it's
to
about.
this point. That's what it's all about.
all about.
And, you know, giving ahead.
Yep.
And trying to do that. So, Tina, once again, if folks would like to get a hold of you or they have questions or stuff, how would they do that?
They can contact Community Action at 740-335-7278, extension 193.
7282.
7282, sorry. And, we have a Facebook page as
Yep.
well.
I would say you guys got a lot of pictures. You guys keep busy.
Oh
let me
yeah,
tell you.
yep. Our Facebook page is very active, and we also go live every week on Facebook. Kind of follow along with open discussions. This week we'll be teaming up with Ross County. They'll be joining us, so we'll be discussing some stuff. Trying to collaborate with other communities and see what works for them. You know, learning from each other, and we never know where a person can end up. So just always build in the strength and the support.
All right, so we appreciate the ladies stopping by today again. We have a table out front.
Yep.
And I keep glancing on my shoulders. It looks like it stopped raining. Sun's out a little bit, so you still got
Yay.
some time.
Yep.
We'll be here till about 3 o'clock this afternoon. Stop by and talk to them.
Yep.
As we're broadcasting live right here on WCHC, we're Washington Courthouse Communications.
Thank you.
We're on the air live. He didn't give us enough warning, did he? Judy's with us right now from the Fayette County Community Action Commission. Of course, we've got community days going on till 3 o'clock this afternoon. Again, sun's trying to peek out a little bit so we can get some more folks out here. Been kind of looking out the window, and boy, I tell you, they got all kinds of games for kids and food and gifts and just something for everyone. Come on out, get some information. Again, as we've told you in other reports, you never know when you might need the services, or you might know individuals that could need the services that we have here to offer. And that's one of the reasons we're doing this Community Day program here at our offices located across from the Fayette County Fairgrounds on Route 22. All right, Judy, I started to ask you before David hit the button and said, start talking, what we're going to talk about. And you said, I got a lot of stuff, so I'm just going to turn it loose on you. Tell us, first of all, what is under your authority, or your department, I guess we should say.
Okay. I am the Social Services Director. So I have the HEAP, the PIP. I have the senior programs, which includes Homemaker, Caregiver, Santa for Seniors, and the Healthy You, or Health in Action workshops, which are self-management workshops for chronic pain, chronic disease, and for diabetes, and in a Matter of Balance, which is a fall prevention workshop. We have the LIHEAP, which is a water assistance program. We have the community health worker, which is somebody that can help people, lead people to the resources that they need to live a healthy life. Then we have, let me see, there's some. I'm also the co-chair of the Suicide Prevention Coalition.
Okay.
And I'm part of the committee that puts on the Art on the Square Festival uptown in August.
Really?
So.
Now you may ask, what does she do in her spare time? Not too much, to be honest with you. Keeping you busy, to say the least. I'm not going to ask you to explain every single program. We'll be here till 3 o'clock just with the interview with you. Give us maybe 2 or 3 of the big highlight ones, okay?
Okay. The HEAP and PIP is probably the biggest. HEAP is a one-time credit that will be sent directly to somebody's heating source to help out on their heating bills. They can still apply for this past winter HEAP until May 31st. Then there will be a lull there in June. Come July 1st, they can actually apply for next winter's credit.
Oh, okay.
Summer crisis is if they're in threat of disconnect or are getting new service, if they need help with an air conditioner or fan. That will start July 1st, and it'll last till September 30th. We have winter crisis in the winter, that if they're in threat of disconnect or if they need help with their bulk fuels like wood, propane. I did have somebody this winter ask for coal, and I have no idea where to get coal. And we have PIP, and PIP is year-round, and it's to help them manage their electric bills or natural gas bills. It's based on income, so their payment will be the same thing every month based on their income, regardless of what their usage is. And it's a wonderful program. You just have to make sure you make your PIP payment every month.
Yeah, you got to help us a little bit, folks.
Yeah. And all of them are set at 175% of the poverty level. And we only have to go by the past 30 days income when somebody comes in. So, you know, if you may be over that, but if something's happened in the last 30 days and you haven't had that income, you bring us at past 30 days income, and that is what we will use to base your PIP or HEAP or whatever
Okay.
on.
Great.
So a lot of people are eligible and don't realize that they're eligible.
So you want to take advantage of,
Yes.
especially those energy assistance. Let's be honest with you, it's like everything else. Everything's going up, and it's cost
More than doubled.
more than doubled. And Judy says so. You want to take advantage of that if again you meet the income eligibility requirements. And again, you're 175%. Some of the other programs have got 80%, stuff like that. So, folks, as you mentioned, could be more eligible than they even think.
Right, right. And then I have the senior programs. My homemaker program is for anyone over the age of 60 that needs help with basic housekeeping. They just need to call and talk to me. And then I have a caregiver program and it's for anyone over 60. If somebody that is looking out for them, they don't necessarily have to be what most people think of as a caregiver, but say your neighbor is in really need of help of something and they don't want to ask or they don't know about it, and you're wanting to get them help with something.
Right.
And usually I've helped with lift chairs, I've helped with prescriptions that their insurance won't cover, I've helped with eyeglasses, safety bars in the bathrooms and stuff. It just, diabetic shoes. It just depends on what the need might be. And those programs are cost share programs, and what that means is I have a sliding scale based on income. I can make a suggestion that you pay this much and I will pay the rest, but you would never ever receive a bill for it. So, and what I tell people is all my senior programs, we gladly accept donations year round. So, if you know somebody that's got a few dollars that they're wanting to donate someplace, bring it to Community Action for the senior programs.
Now, if folks got any questions about these programs, and as you mentioned, you got a lot more, but they can go back
give me
and
a call.
give Judy a call, and she can tell you more about it. How can they get a hold of you?
They can reach me here at Community Action at 740-335-7282, or they can email me at jhavens, HAVENS, at cacfayettecounty.org.
All right, folks, we're trying to make it easy as we possibly can. Phone number, email, keep that in mind. But more importantly, if you don't have anything to do for the next 2 hours or so, come on out. Bring the family with you. We've got stuff for the kids to do. We've got information booths that are available. We've got gifts you can sign up for. And a lot of material and a lot of folks you can talk to about the different programs. Again, maybe you're saying, I'm fine. I'm doing well. But maybe you know someone. Maybe it's your parents, or maybe it's a neighbor or a coworker that could maybe use some of these services and say, hey, I'd like to get some information about this so I can pass it on. We would love to see you. So again, the Community Days is continuing until 3 o'clock this afternoon. We encourage you to come on out as we're broadcasting here on WCHC. We're Washington Courthouse Communications. Welcome back to WCHC. We're broadcasting from the Community Days here at the Fayette Commission on the Fayette County Community Action Commission. I always mess that up for some reason. And I've only worked here for 4 years, folks. That's the difficulty of doing this live, is he can't cut that out. So you folks have now heard me do that twice today. Anyway, we're a Community Action Commission here at Washington Courthouse in Fayette County. It's been a long day for all of us. Getting through the raindrops, but it has stopped. The sun is trying to shine. And we want to encourage you to come on out, okay? Community Action has been serving folks. I think Bambi said it was formed in 1967. And so it's been a lot of years. One of the programs they do have here is with the homeless.
Yes.
Stacy's with us right now. And Stacy, first of all, obviously you work with homeless people. Tell us what things hopefully you can offer to those that maybe we know some individuals that might be homeless or whatever, that we can get some information to them.
Sure. We have our homeless shelter, of course. We have both a DV and a family shelter. We also, once we get folks in the shelter, if they choose to go that avenue, we can start working with them on either permanent supportive housing or rapid rehousing. With rapid rehousing, that's short-term rental assistance, but permanent supportive housing, the qualifications for that program would be you have to have a disability and you have to be chronically homeless. And then if there is someone who's fleeing domestic violence, we can connect them with those folks as well.
I know that we talked with Dreama a little bit earlier, and she's kind of worked her way through the office a little bit. She's worked with the homeless and now with the domestic violence programs and things like that. So she has a little knowledge of what's going on. And I know that one of the things is that people might be a little shocked by the number of people that are homeless here in Fayette County. Do you have a kind of a ballpark figure, or are we looking at, or has the services been more in demand, things like that?
Definitely more in demand. We see a lot of street homeless folks now that we didn't see in the past. Okay. Sometimes people get really upset when they'll call in because what HUD's definition of homelessness is, in order for us to offer financial assistance, is they have to be either in a shelter or living in a place not meant for human habitation. What we'll see is a lot of folks who are couch surfing, and unfortunately when they're couch surfing, we can't offer our assistance. We can definitely point them in the direction and give them as much information as we can, but we have 64 beds for our permanent supportive housing. Okay. Gay Huffman is the director of our family shelter, and she's full. They house 13 individuals with COVID because we have to still do social distancing.
Really? Oh, okay.
So, and our shelter beds are normally always full. Rapid rehousing, we are the lead grantee for that grant, so we serve other communities as well. But here in Fayette County, our girls carry a caseload of 20 individuals, and we have one full-time and one part-time case manager in our county.
Wow. Now, basically, as you explained before, you have certain requirements that you have to fulfill. But what basically has been the leading reason why people are homeless? I'm not trying to be crass. I'm just trying to figure out what we're trying to aim for here.
Sure. The big reason right now is just the rental market. We have to follow fair market rent, and the rent has really gone up, and the inventory is just so low. We have individuals who will have a metropolitan housing voucher, but they just can't find a rental unit that meets the fair market housing and rent reasonableness that we have to follow.
Now, folks, again, know of individuals that are homeless, or maybe say, I've seen these people, we need to get them some help. How would they go about letting you guys know, or who would, talking to these individuals, could they refer to get some assistance?
Sure. They can call. We have 3 access points here in Community Action. They can call Community Action. They can call the Brick House, or they can call Fayette Landing. We have case managers on site there as well.
All right. So keep that in mind, of course. So you can call here at Community Action, 740-335-7282, and you can ask for Stacy, right?
Yes.
All right. So again, if you know of individuals that are going through the homeless situation right now, and let's be honest with you, the economy and everything else, it can hit people at any time. We encourage you to get a hold of Stacy and the staff out here to help you out. So we're broadcasting on WCHC. We're Washington Courthouse Communications. All right, we're back here at our community days at Fayette Community Action Commission, and more folks are starting to come out now with the rain. Hopefully, going to stay away until at least 3 o'clock this afternoon. There's plenty of tents set up for different distribution of information, and one of them is mobility. Lori's with us right now, and Lori, first of all, the word mobility sounds simple enough, but maybe for those that are watching, tell us exactly what mobility entails as far as your department's concerned.
As far as my department is concerned, mobility assists people who may have needs that getting around, getting onto vehicles, and that kind of thing. But
Okay. Now, I know that we talked about when those folks that are immobile can get around from regular transportation, things like that. What are some of the different things that you actually offer as far as where you can actually take them to?
so if they need to go to medical appointments, we have some that may fall through the cracks where their insurance doesn't cover or they're not able to pay out of pocket, and I can assist them in getting funding so they can get to their doctor's appointments.
I know that one of the things we talked about before we went on the air is that, you know, government is always trying to do surveys and things like that, make sure the dollars are being spent correctly, but also searching for needs and things like that. Fayette County is going to be a part of that as well. Can you explain that to us?
Yes, we have a regional mobility survey that we have just started, and somebody from Fayette County is going to win a $25 gift card for filling one out. So, and they've shortened them this year, so they're 4 pages, but it's just about 4 questions per page, so it's pretty small.
All right. Well, we're going to put that on our WCHC website or Facebook page, right? Facebook page, David. We're going to put that on by middle of the week so folks can look forward to that, fill that out, and again, a chance to win $25 or so forth. Real quickly, if someone says, I've got a parent that's in a wheelchair or immobile, can't get around, needs transportation needs, and as always, you can't always guarantee you can provide the service, but at least we want to encourage folks maybe to contact you to see if there's something you can do. How would they get a hold of you guys?
My phone number is 740-335-7282, and just ask for me, and or you can email me at lgreg@cacfayettecounty.org.
All right. Again, Lori can help you out. She's kind of like says she can get to the people to help with the funding and things like that if the need arises. So keep that in mind. All right. Appreciate Lori joining us here today on the Community Day. Again, she has a tent up here that you can stop by and see her again for about another hour and a half to 2 hours that the activities are going on. So we hope you stop by and see her as well as all the other different department heads that are here today during the Community Days at the Fayette Community Action Commission building, located across from the Fayette County Fairgrounds on Route 22. I'm Randy Young with WCHC, Washington Courthouse Communications. We on the air? Yep. All right. Dave tricked me there. I wasn't ready for you yet. Welcome back. It's Community Days. We're starting to wind down on our reports. We got maybe one or two more between now and about 1:15 or so, and then we're going to head on out of here. But again, the program's going on until 3 this afternoon, and again, the weather is hopefully going to start cooperating a little bit the last hour or two, so you can still come on out and get plenty of information. We got the weather guys, as I like to call them, weatherization, right? Yes. And they're going to be here. Now, last year they did the display. We said this year we're going to give you guys a break. You know, don't make you do double duty, tearing things down, setting up, and all that. So they agreed to come and talk to us. So first of all, you are Anthony,
Bill.
And Phil.
Bill.
All right, Anthony and Bill. All right. We got too many departments. I can't remember everybody's name. Sorry, guys. I had to ask you that. All right. Bill, first of all, tell us a little bit about exactly what you guys do as far as the community is concerned.
We assist the help insulate people's homes, and we check their air pressure, how much pressure's in the house, how much. We check for the COs. But mainly we just do a lot of insulation.
All right. Now, on all the programs that you guys have here, a lot of it's income-based and things like that. What's the requirement for people maybe to be eligible for this program? You know, you can't go out and just do anybody's. That we're here to help people that maybe needs help. So do you have like an income requirement and stuff like that?
Yes, we got an income verification they go by.
You know what? I'm not sure.
That's not our department.
That's not your department. That's somebody else's department that will tell you when to do it.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's good. That way nobody can get mad at you. Say, wasn't our choice. Anthony, now exactly when Bill mentioned you guys, insulation, put it in and stuff like that, but what are some of the other things that you do as well with that?
Well, we do door weatherization, insulation, where if your door's got a lot of air leakage, we put a door weather strip around it. We caulk. We do crawl spaces. We put a foam around the outside wall of the exterior of the house. We do a vapor barrier that we put down. That's to keep the radon and stuff down underneath, and it don't come up. Plus, it helps keep the ground, the wood of your floor dry. And we do wall insulation, which we do two styles. We do a 1-inch plug, or we do a 2-inch plug, which we tube it. And with that, we can we dense pack it.
All right.
And we insulate attics. We do if that's already got existing insulation, we'll top it off. We'll put a little more in it, because we now go from, we used to be around an R19 to an R20. Now we're up to an R38 to an R40.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
Now, guys, basically a lot of this all comes back to one thing. It's to help individuals save on their energy and things like that. And there's a lot of times, Bill, people don't think about crack around the door. I wonder how much heat we're losing there. So that's a good program that you guys are offering.
Yeah, it's very beneficial. It helps lower the homeowners' bills, and like Anthony said, we do a variety. We go through several steps, and basically it's about saving the energy for them.
Now, Anthony, are you guys busy all year long, or is it just a certain time of the year you guys are busy, or what?
All year.
All year.
Yes. We have them coming in every day.
All right, I'm going to ask you a question because we didn't have a chance to really talk about questions. I'm going to ask you something. I'll give you a second to think about it. But what is the craziest thing that you guys have had to ever dealt with is when it went to insulation? Not a crazy thing, but maybe unusual circumstance. Like, I can't believe we're actually doing this or something like that. Bill, you started to smile like you thought of something.
Not really.
Okay, not really. Everybody pretty much does their thing right. Well, that's good. How many you guys do about a year? Do you have an idea of how many you guys homes insulate and stuff?
It just depends on year to year. I don't know what our actual numbers are because we don't do on that side.
Okay.
So, but we're over 12 a year.
Well, that's not about, keeps you busy about once a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, how long, Anthony, does it take, or does it depend on what's
Depends on
needed?
what the house needs. I mean, we get into some that needs wall insulation, which that's one of the time-consuming jobs, because you have to drill, then you blow, then you have to put back. A lot of times we have to remove the siding because we don't want to drill through nobody's siding.
Okay.
So we'll remove it, drill it, blow it, put siding back. You'll never know it was ever there.
Now, how would people that think that they might be eligible for this type of program, what steps do they have to take? I know you guys already said you don't make the decisions and stuff. Other people basically give you the guys, okay, you need to go to this place. But how would that start for them?
When they come in here, they'll come up to the front desk. They usually get a weatherization application, which we handle a bunch of different programs.
Okay.
We have AES, we got Centerpoint, we have elderly repair, we got HWAP, which that's our main, that's the state. They all benefit through it, which depends on the elderly. You have to be 60 or above, and you got to be a homeowner. Which there's a lot of programs out there, and they go by your family size.
Okay.
If you got a family of 4, just give or take, it's probably around 50,000 per year with a family of 4.
Okay.
I'm just giving you
Yeah.
a close guideline to
Well,
it.
that's one of that round 50, 52, I think was
It's
the figure
somewhere-
somebody
Yes.
said would be about the basic for family 4. So you guys are pretty much on what the right figure is then. Now, Bill, again, if people do get this, again, I assume depending upon the job, you guys mentioned how long it would take, but how long of a turnover would it be? I mean, if they would come in, let's say this week, depending upon the job, are we talking within 30 days, 60 days, what?
Well, we try to get to them as quick as possible, and well, our very first step to it is we got to have the inspector go out and inspect.
Okay.
So now that's on his time. That's not us.
Okay.
And then once we go through that step, and then that's where they'll find out if they can be approved and verify all the income and stuff like that. And then we go in after that once we get what we're told to do. And usually we can have it done ourselves. 3 to a week on a house.
Okay.
But how long it's actually going to take for us to get to them, it depends on how many applications are ahead of them. So I can't really give a time,
Okay. That's understandable.
but we try to get to them as quick as possible.
Okay. So once again, you might want to come on out of here to the community action and to talk to folks connected with the weatherization program, or you can call them at 740-335-7282 and ask, hey, we heard Anthony and Bill talk about this weatherization program on there, but who do I need to talk to get the steps started? You can ask for that, and they'll get you the right individual, and they'll take the steps through. And then eventually, Anthony and Bill could come to your home. You say, I saw you guys on Facebook. You're stars. Can I have your autographs? And then they'll get the work for you, all right? I mean, just as simple as that, folks. But again, it's here to help you with your energy needs for your home, help cut down those bills, get the insulation taken care of, and so much more. And we still got less than 2 hours, so you still got a chance to come on out. And you want to make sure you find these guys because they got a fantastic display. We had it on last year, but they got a fantastic display to show you where you could be losing some of the air around your home. Areas that maybe you weren't even knowledgeable about, right? You know, the doors and stuff like that. That's stuff you just don't think about. So stop by, make sure you get to their tent, tell them, hey, I just saw you on Facebook. Show us that display, and I'm sure you guys will take care of them, right?
Yes, we will.
All right, well, we're going to let them go because, well, hopefully there'll be some people coming in and want to see that display, and we hope it's you as well. Again, we're here till 3 o'clock this afternoon at the Community Days here at the Fayette Community Action. I always want to say commission first for some reason. Community Action Commission here in Washington Courthouse. Oh, thank goodness we only got one more report after this. I've been tongue-tied all days, guys. I've been saying the same thing. That's Community Days going on till 3 o'clock this afternoon. We're located across from the Fayette County Fairgrounds on Route 22. You can't miss us. We've got plenty of tents up. Stop by again till 3 right here on WCHC. We're Washington Courthouse Communications. All right, we're back here at Community Action as, well, we're about 90 minutes or so left on today's activities. But once again, we just kind of want to do a real quick summary report, and we'll wrap our segment up. But it still gives you plenty of time to get the family together. Come on out to Community Action, located across the Fayette County Fairgrounds on Route 22. You can't miss it. It's near the old OK Tire building and a couple buildings before the Yellow Lane, so that kind of gives you a little idea of where we're located at. But there's plenty of tents out. We've got about 8-10 tents up that's got different departments. They'll be representative, be handing out information about the services they can offer you or maybe someone in your family that you know. Also, they do have some free food. That's always a good reason to take the kids out. You haven't had lunch yet? Aha! Bring them on out. And we've got some games for them, too. I don't know if you can see it through the camera or not, but they've got some bouncy toys or inflatables, whatever you want to call them. It's been so long since I had kids that size, David. I forget what you call them anymore. Inflatables, I guess. They've got some games that the kids can play on, like not skip a rope, but skip a round, like, what's it called? Yeah. Well, anyway, I can't remember, like I say, it's been such a long time since I've had kids that age. Yeah, just it's games. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. So anyway, bring the family, come on out, and again, get some information as well. And again, this is the second year we've done this. We hope that you take advantage of it. We had a really good crowd last year. It was very hot. This year it's kind of cool and rainy, but hey, we're going to have a perfect day. We just got to keep trying doing this, all right? But it looks like around the second Saturday in May usually is about the time we'll probably do it, as it is Community Action Commission Month across the nation. And again, it's the services that the Community Action Partnership is helping people, changing lives. If you've seen anything during our remote visits today, you can stop by the office or you can give them a call at 740-335-7282 and ask for any of the individuals that we've talked to today, or you can go back and watch the interviews that we've had. We've had about, 8 or 9, I believe, different departments represented here today, so encourage you to take advantage of that as well. Dave and I, we're wrapping things up. We're going to head out, and we want to encourage you, though, still come out till around 3 o'clock this afternoon during the community days here at the Fayette Community Action Commission building, located across from the Fayette County Fairgrounds on Washington Courthouse on Route 22. I'm Randy Young, along with Dave Woolliver for WCHC Facebook, Washington Courthouse Communications. Good afternoon, everyone.